prosperity, happiness, and peace be blessed by the divine. Good morning to every one of you. Yoga is the journey of self to the self through the self. That yoga, such a powerful yoga, do my yoga practices brighten up my inner Naadi or not? We may be practicing yoga for the last 2 years or 5 years or 10 years or 6 months, whether that yoga practices really benefited me or not. How can we find out? That is through whether my inner Naadi got the light or not. And we, as Vijay ma'am explained, we have covered the part 1, I think by end of November. And I'm just going to quickly go through those slides to recall all those points, and then we will complete this particular topic today. Now, Anand, the audio everything is okay, I guess, right?
Yes, all clear. We could see you also, and presentation is also clear. Please proceed.
Okay. Sorry, I'm in a car actually, because it's outside our Tamil yoga session club actually. Okay, so this particular topic, why I got this topic, one of a great scholar, he wrote in a poem that even if you practice yoga for 8,000 years, only rarely some people have got their inner Naadi got brightened up. That made me to think, 8,000 years of yoga, that means either the yoga is not powerful or we are not doing it in a right way or effective way, right? So that made me to select this particular topic and do some understanding about why this particular author had said and what Maharishi has given us as an yoga practice. So that's what we discussed. And we really discussed what is Naadi. Naadi is nothing but the channel through which our life force energy is traveling. Like how blood is traveling through blood vessels, similarly, our Akash particle or life energy or prana shakti, which is passing through a channel, is called Naadi. In Sanskrit, Naadi means flow of river. So how the river is moving, the similar way the energy is traveling inside us. And there are 72,000 Naadis according to our great scholars, but there are around 100 Naadis which are very important, and out of 100, 11 Naadis are very, very important, and out of 11, 3 are most important. The one is Ida Naadi, Pingala Naadi, and the central one is Sushmana Naadi, which is also called as inner Naadi or central Naadi or Saraswati Naadi. There are many names for that central Naadi, right? So what we have discussed last class is whether, because of my yoga practices, whether my inner Naadi is brightened up or not. If at all brightened up, how much it got brightened up? We have discussed around 10 points out of 10. If I can achieve at least 6 or 7, really I have done my yoga practices in a right way. So that also we discussed it. And how to brighten up my inner Naadi, that also we discussed in November. Today we are going to see the continuation of how to brighten up the inner Naadi and what practices I am applying it or I have to apply it more. That is kind of introspection. You yourself can assess yourself. Where I go wrong, which practice, whether moralization of desire or neutralization of anger or eradication of worry, which one I should focus more. So that kind of inner deep understanding about our progress can be assessed by end of the session today. So whatever I am going to share, think about yourself, apply to yourself where I stand, and that will help you to correct ourselves and keep moving. Okay, so the Naadi means we have already discussed, and Ida Naadi. In Ida means in Sanskrit comfort. So there are 3 Naadis, and as you can see in the picture there, the central, the dark line is called Sushmana Naadi, and the one in the black color, it starts from the left, which is called Ida Naadi. It goes in a 8 shape, zigzag shape, and it comes at Agna. And the Pingala Naadi, which is at the right side, the white one, it also goes like this, and each point junction is a center, and we discussed it, and it all the three nadis meet at this point, which is called Agna, and from Agna to Turiyam, only the central nadi is going up. Okay, so the Ida nadi and Pingala nadi, left and right, stops at Agna. Okay, so Ida means comfort. So if my energy is traveling in Ida nadi, the dark one, that means I don't want to even move a table out of the place. If you ask me to, can we go for walking? I will say, no, not now. I'm not in a good mood to do walking because I am comfortable now. I don't want to go out of my comfort zone. So that is the name or the significance of the name itself. Okay. And the third one is, the second one is a Pingala Nadi. Pingala means right side, but the actual meaning in Sanskrit is shining. So if my energy is going in my Pingala Nadi or the right side Nadi, whatever I do, it will be shining. It will be perfect. And everybody will see, wow, how can this be done? It will make them to wonder, like a perfection, the special. So that is a speciality of Pingala Nadi. And the Shushmana Nadi. Mna means refers in Sanskrit as mind. Shi means joy in Sanskrit. Su means special joy. So which is called bliss or ecstasy. So if my energy flows in the central nadi, which is called Shushmana Nadi, special bliss. That means ecstasy. I am able to live in the feelings of ecstasy. So that is a speciality of Sushmana Nadi. And brighten up means the Sushmana Nadi, normally the energy doesn't go there all the time. The Ida Nadi, 1 hour, 6 to 7, for example, 7 to 8 is Pingala Nadi. And when these transition, 6 to 7 is Ida Nadi and 7 to 8 is Pingala Nadi. So the between 6:50 to 7:10, in that few minutes period, the energy travels in the central also little bit. Okay, so that is how it has been operating. And also every day, 4 different time zones like midnight, midday, and between morning to before sunset and after sunset, 20 minutes before, 10 minutes before, after sunset 10 minutes, sunrise before 10 minutes, after 10 minutes. The scholars say that, I haven't checked it, scholars say that Sushmana Nadi is open to some extent. Okay, but if we do yoga practice, the purpose of yoga practice is to brighten up the Sushmana Nadi, so that already there is nothing traveling and it is a state of bliss. That means complete darkness. If I can pass my energy to Sushmana Nadi, it gets brightened up. There is a light in the Sushmana Nadi. If it is brightened up, I lay my own path. I know what I am, why I am born, what I am supposed to do, what is my unique strength. All those things I come to know. Because of that, I prepare my life as I wish, not somebody else decide my life. Okay, so how much my inner nadi is brightened up, we have discussed last class, but just to give you again to recall those points, it is an empty space. So my unique ability, my unique talent, my creativity, how much I have, what is my strength, I know, how much I know, and how much I am able to develop it. That you can put as out of 5 points, 1 point, 2 point, 3 points, something like that. And it is like how I see a mirror. In the mirror, my image is there. Nobody can separate my image from the mirror. Similarly, the divine realization cannot be separated from me. How much I think all the time, divine, everything is divine, everything is divine. Whatever I speak, whatever I think, if it is with the divine, inner nadi is open. So I am in the state of bliss, ecstasy. And worldly pleasures, we have to live in this world. I need a tasty breakfast, absolutely no doubt in that. But I should be able to follow limit and method. If it is there, I am happy. If it is not there also, I am happy. As simple as that. So it doesn't affect my inner happiness. Inner mental faculty is so strong if my Sushmana Nadi is brightened up. And I am always the peak of awareness. It is not that 8 o'clock to 8 to 2, I got angry and my awareness is 0. No, all the time my awareness is at its peak. So whatever I do, no mistake in it. That is a quality of enlightened people, or the brightened up. The nadi is brightened up. And outside situation, no impact at all on me. As I said, if this tasty food is there, I'm happy. Not there, not happy as well. So outside situation, I am not at all afflicted by external environment. Wisdom, I know what is the truth and I experienced it. That is called wisdom. Perspicacity, you go much in depth into everything what you see, and you know what your eyes cannot perceive, what your senses cannot perceive, right? So beyond perception, extrasensory perception, but to the core, it is called perspicacity. You can go beyond the senses and understand what exactly is going on. So you will be able to find a solution for any problem. And people follow virtuous life, morality, duty, charity. They don't go out of dharma. And they have a positive vibration around them. And if they talk, you feel the positive energy. If you meet, you feel the positive energy. So the the inner nadi, if it is brightened up, you see the positiveness from that person's, right? And of course, the last state is stillness. These people can sit like this, finished. Nothing is, everything is in a state of samadhi, static state, and that is ultimate state. So that is also possible. So out of 10, how many points is matching to me? Accordingly, I need to plan to progress further. Okay, so now how to brighten up my inner nadi? As I said, every hour, inner ida to pingala, pingala to ida. So whenever that transition happens, the morning shift people, afternoon shift people. So when they come when both meet for 10 minutes, so the morning shift people hand over the things to the afternoon shift people, and then afternoon people continue the work. Same thing is happening here. So 1 hour this is going before it takes the job. There is both are working, and at that time central nadi is going. The ida nadi ends in the left nozzle, pingala nadi ends in the right nozzle. So like whatever tablet I take, if I take a tablet, it works for 4 hours. Similarly, if I do meditation, when I do meditation, Maharishi straight away initiated here, Agna. So he bypassed all the circles, the centers, straight away here. And then Turiyam, next. So that means he is trying to activate, brighten up the inner nadi between Agna to Turiyam the moment we joined the center after initiation. So really, he is helping us to go progress fast in brightening up our inner nadis. And in Tamil, I'm sure most of you may know as well, Lord Muruga. He is one of the god. He is a brother of Ganesh, Lord Ganesh, and he has 2 wives. The Muruga has 2 wives, and one of his wife name is Valli, and the other name is Daivani. Why I bring up this? Just for easy understanding, how good how intelligent our ancestors are. All these Puranic stories are meant for illiterate people to understand the concept for our life, right? So if a person marries 2 wives, when he can be happy? Both wives should be happy. If he spends more time with only one wife, the other wife is not happy. So there is a problem. And he has to spend equal number of hours in both the places with the first wife as well as second wife. Then this fellow can be happy, right? And similarly, why they made us 2 wife for Muruga? Because our Ida Nadi and Pingala Nadi, if energy is traveling equally in both the Nadis, then only central Nadi, Sushmana Nadi is getting energy. Then only it gets brightened up. Then only I can develop my unique abilities. I can make a meaningful, purposeful life. So the transition time, it happens, it's only for fraction of minutes. That happens for everyone, whether you do yoga or not, immaterial, right? As soon as we are born, this cycle starts. The transition starts every 1 hour. Central nadi is getting energy, but that brightening up is not at all enough. So if I do yoga practices, that yoga practices should help me to make sure my energy is flowing. Ida nadi 5 units, pingala nadi 5 units, then some energy started flowing to the central nadi. If I spend more time with the first wife, or if I am upset with the first wife, there is a problem here. Second wife is not happy. If both are not happy, where I can be happy? Means I am not happy as well. So the essence of brightening up inner nadi is to make sure my energy travels in Ida Nadi as well as Pingala Nadi equally. That is what all yoga practices are aimed for. Okay, they didn't tell us the reason for it, but that's what it is. Okay, so what are the practices Maharishi has given? As I said, Agna, Turiyam, Mooladhara, all that helps to energize these Naadi channels first, and then to flow equally. When we do meditation, the energy is flowing equally and Sushmana Naadi is opened up. But after meditation, maybe half an hour, 1 hour, the hangover after taking alcohol, people say that if I take alcohol for 4 hours, I feel giddiness or I float, things like that, right? Similarly, if I do meditation, maybe the energy is still balanced between Ida and Pingala and the central Nadi is opened up. But sometimes we do meditation. At the end of meditation, if I shout my wife, come on, how many times I told you, where is the breakfast? I told you 7 o'clock I need it and it's not there. That means Pingala Nadi is now fully opened up. When I shout, Pingala Nadi is fully opened up. Now, where is the balance here? Central Nadi, it was open during meditation. After the meditation, now Pingala Nadi is fully opened up. Ida Nadi is blocked. How many minutes it is blocked? Even if I stop shouting my wife after the breakfast, once I get angry, medical science says it will take 3 hours for the body to come to normal. That means the energy is not normal. Imagine how far we are damaging or blocking my inner Nadi in getting brightened up. So anyway, the Nadi Suti is another excellent practice to make sure energy is flowing equally, right? And introspection. Every introspection practice helps to balance the energy between Ida Nadi and Pingala Nadi. And the result of introspection is a sublimation. That means I apply, okay, eradication of worries. Now I have no worries. And earlier I had 10 worries. Now I have only 2 worries. Something similar to that, I need to apply introspection in life. Unless I reach the stage of sublimation, Ida Nadi, Pingala Nadi will never get balanced energy. Sublimation is the only way to, not only way, one of the best way to balance the energy flowing in Ida Nadi and Pingala Nadi. There are many techniques people are talking about in internet that now the energy is flowing Ida Nadi, you can change to Pingala Nadi and inhale it and hold the breath, things like that. Maharishi never recommended that. I even never bothered to read those articles. How can I shift the energy from Ida Nadi to Pingala Nadi? Things like that, okay? Please believe me, no use at all. If at all possible, there could be a side effect as well. Otherwise, Maharishi definitely would have given to us. And limited method on 5: food, work, rest, sex, and thoughts. Definitely these 5, if I don't follow it, energy will flow in either one of it. In an unbalanced way. Okay. So these are the techniques Maharishi has given us to do that. Now, all these techniques are we applying in a right way to balance the energy in Ida Nadi and Pingala Nadi? Unless the energy goes left and right equally, central Nadi is not open. So whether the energy goes in equal or not, how to find out? I have to know what is this left side and what is right side. When the left side will get energy, when left side will block the energy, I need to know. Similarly, when right side will allow the energy, when right side will take more energy, when right side will have problem, I have to know. So we have identified 12 points for Ida Nadi, 12 points for Pingala Nadi. Out of 12 points, every one of you can assess yourself. How many I am deviating? How many is making me to unbalance the energy flow, right? If you can identify it, think about it, how can I improve it? I am sure you can improve on those points to make sure energy is in a balanced way, balanced flow to both the nadis. Okay. So now we are going to start with Ida Nadi. Ida Nadi is left side Nadi, which is coming to the left nozzle. Okay. If you keep the finger there, now for me, right side is flowing. Okay. And after 1 hour, left side, you will feel the energy there. Okay. So Ida means, as I said, Sanskrit. So in Sanskrit, comfort. So how many times I am reluctant to do some physical activity? No, after half an hour, I will do it. Even 1 glass of water, after that I will do it. Close the laptop. Okay. TV remote, please bring the TV remote. Even I don't want to get up and take the TV remote. I want somebody to give me the TV remote. My energy is flowing in Ida Naadi at that time. So too long, if energy is flowing, what happens? The person will become lazy. Okay. So we need to assess ourselves how much. And Ida Naadi belongs to moon. That means cooling effect in my body. And it works very well in the night time because the cooling takes place. So if I get severe cough in the night, there is a problem in the Ida Nadi. Or any back pain increases in the night time, I have more blockage or more energy is going in the Ida Nadi. Any disease, if it is aggravated in the night time, there is a problem in Ida Nadi. If the disease is more in daytime, energy is wrong in Pingala Nadi. You can assess yourself when you get all these symptoms and things like that. And also feminine nature. Every man has some degree of feminine quality. Every woman have certain degree of men quality, right? It has to be balanced. I have to have the same amount of love, compassion like what woman has. Or women also should be able to control the child when some energy has to be more, at least like acting, So both have to be in a balanced state, but Ida Nadi belongs to feminine quality. Ida Nadi belongs to moon, cooling effect in the body. And it is connected to the right brain. And the right side of my brain, according to medical science, it is responsible for creativity. And they will excel in some kind of art like singing, poem, writing, painting, imagination, film directors, drama directors, and where creativity is required. Uh, right brain is very more active for them. Though for those who are successful in those profession, for them, Ida Nadi is more because right side brain is more. So the energy is going to right side more compared to the other person. So because of that, his right side is very active and he is able to do all that imagination, creativity, and things like that. Okay. So right brain and left part of my body function. I have seen people, even I myself have some experienced it. If at all there is a pain, left leg is paining. Why not right leg? God has given both the legs. And I use both the legs all the time. But only left leg I have a pain. Or only left nostril is blocked some of the time. Why? Because the energy is wrong in the Ida Nadi. Because the left side of the body is responsible. Means the Ida Nadi is responsible for the functions of left side of the body. Pingala Nadi is responsible for right side of the body parts. But the brain is opposite. Okay. And compassion, as I said, feminine quality, nurturing, feminine. If I feel a headache, my wife comes and takes care like anything, right? Should I apply ginger powder? Should I do steam bathing or should I do what not? Everything. Whereas if she has more pingal energy, she will never do that. Headache, okay, take some tablet, go, finish. That's it. So that nurturing ability, that is because of Ida Nadi, more energy, intuition. Ladies, women, by default, they have lot of good intuitive abilities. So this we might have observed it in so many places. If you don't observe it, start observing it, many times their decision will be correct. Okay, because they are, for them, the Ida Nadi is very, very powerful for them. Okay, people, many times we have seen people, they plan. They are excellent in planning, very poor in action. They will tell that morning 4 o'clock I get up. Getting up itself is become 4:45, 45 minutes late there. And everything will be late. And everything will be messed up, not according to plan. So how much I do plan and how much I follow it, how much I implement it, that will tell me how my energy is flowing in my Ida Nadi. If I'm not very good in this, like planning action. For me, if you take, I do planning and I hardly try, not hardly, I hardly fail to put it into practice. If I do know something and plan it, I will make sure I do it. But still I know a few things which I can't do it. So I change my planning. Means I wanted to study some subject. I decided no, unless I leave Qatar, I don't want to touch that subject. I stopped it almost like now 6-7 years before. And so Planning, implementation, both go 100% hand on hand, and there is no big gap between the two. That means Ida Nadi has perfect energy flowing. Laziness, tamasic, anything you tell them, they will take time to understand, they will take time to do it. Everything will be little bit of dullness, That means energy is very, very less in Ida Nadi. And if there is a shortage of energy in Ida Nadi, for example, if for me, if my energy flowing in left nostril is very, very less, still unbalanced, that means I will have indigestion problem. For women, scanty periods, once in 2 months, once in 3 months, and even if there is a flow, very, very little amount of blood, the waste coming out of that. So scanty period, indigestion, lack of sleep, insomnia, and vivid dreams. They will get a snake in the thing or dead person in the dream. So some kind of vivid dreams, and the skin is always dry, and tongue, if you see them with a little bit of red in color, the tip of the tongue in a red color, and always they feel thirst. And if they have a hypothyroid, highly possible that energy is flowing very less in Ida Nadi. I had an opportunity to check this hypothyroid few of the patients who has been taking tablet for many years, and yes, there is a shortage of Ida Nadi energy. In fact, the Ida Nadi is connected to moon. In fact, if you relate this to Panchabhuta, there is a shortage of water element in the body. And if there is a water shortage in the body, all these problems still can come. Okay, all that symptoms are same. If water is shortage, energy is very less in Ida Nadi, right? And if it is excess, how much energy should go in my Ida Nadi? Only that much should go. And much more than that, if energy is flowing, that can cause some problem, right? Oversleep. People can sleep more than 6 hours, 7 hours, 10 hours, or whenever they have time, they will sleep. It's a kind like a laziness, but oversleep, right? Oversleep is a problem. And overthinking. Okay, I had a small pain here. Could be heart attack. And they will call 100 people and they will explain 10 times to everybody, and they will keep thinking, why I had the pain. And even if doctor says it is indigestion, they will not be satisfied. They will keep thinking about one simple thing for a longer period. Energy is excessive in Ida Nadi, and slow in thinking process. That is also another effect of excess energy in left nozzle, left nadi. And people feel frustrated. How are you? Who can be happy here? Who can be happy in this situation? And anything you tell, chalta hai, theek hai, is fine. There is no energy, interest, or dynamism, enthusiasm. It is missing, and he is in the opposite side of that. Everything is frustrated. Everything is for him is a frustration. Oh, 6 months always hot, 6 months always cold. Who can be happy in this country? What a nonsense way of thinking, right? But the energy is very high in Ida Nadi. So he is always in the kind of frustrated thinking. That is the indication of excess energy in Ida Nadi. And we have, there are two kinds of nervous system: central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, under autonomous nervous system. In the central nervous system, there are two types. Actually, in the spine, on the left side, 13 pairs of discs are there. Through each disc, a cluster of nerves are going out. And the right side set of nerves are going out, right? And in the central, there are a bunch of nerves. Now, the nerves which is branched out from the spine is called parasympathetic nervous system. And in the spine, it is called sympathetic nervous. The left side, which is going from the spine, is called parasympathetic nervous system. And the right side, which is going, it is called sympathetic nervous system. What does that mean? What does it do? We have discussed in the many classes, actually. When I see a dog which is coming behind me and barking at me and running at me to bite me, then I will run like anything. How I get more energy? It is because of sympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system stops the energy going to my digestive system, pumps more energy to my muscles, legs, hand, so that I can run very fast. And the glycogen is stopped. Insulin is secreted more, so that I get more energy. Heart is pumped too fast, and lungs are pumped too fast, and even eyes are dilated too much, so that without even looking at back, I know how close the dog is behind, without looking at back. So the eye angle of view is extended beyond 120. All that happens because of sympathetic nervous system. Believe me, this not only happens when dark is at the back and I am in a threatful situation. Not at all. Even if I ask my wife, breakfast is ready, time is 7 o'clock, she says, oh, you wanted breakfast? At 6:55, she is asking. Now I get tensed. Sympathetic nervous system is activated. So any crisis, anything what I don't expect, if it happens, sympathetic is energized and it pumps more energy. So I get angry and things like that. Maharishi says emotional. I become emotional. When sympathetic is active, I become emotional. As simple as that. And we do lot of mistakes, sins in emotional state. So now, how to cool down? How all these activities which got energized because of the dog, how can it cool down? That is being done by parasympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic nervous system is functioning according to the degree, the quality of energy flowing in Ida Nadi. So if Ida Nadi has a problem with the energy in an improper way, definitely parasympathetic will not function 100% efficiently. That means if somebody is getting angry, if they are not able to come back to the normal mood in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or if it takes 3 hours, 1 hour, half an hour, parasympathetic nervous system is very weak and it takes 3 hours to bring back to the normal mode. Parasympathetic is supposed to bring to normal condition from the abnormal situation very quickly. How fast it is being done, that tells me the efficiency of my parasympathetic nervous system, right? So if the efficiency is bad, if my parasympathetic is not that effective, that means I will be in the same angry mode for 3 hours, right? So that is again depending upon the amount of energy going there. And for some people, if they sit in the meditation, they are not able to control the thoughts. It will keep bombarding like anything. They are not able to stop it. And if this becomes more, they go to a state of their disease called OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. And they will not be able to control that thoughts. Even if they want to wash the hand, but there is no wash basin there, they will see everything else to make sure they wash the hands. They can't stop without washing it. That is the power of thought which they will make sure it is implemented, right? They can't just ignore and come out. That is called OCD. The very preliminary stage is this uncontrolled mind. Okay. And now we go to, so we have seen 12 points for Ida Nadi. Now we go to the Pingala Nadi, another 12 points. Okay, the Pingala Nadi is the right side, which is ending in the right nostril, and it is connected to Surya, sun. Sun energy, that is a moon energy, passive. Moon is passive. Moon doesn't have light. Moon receives the energy from sun and getting, it reflects it. So passive, and this is active. So when energy is flowing here in my right nostril, I cannot sit quiet. I can't do meditation. I want to do something. You can't make me sit in 1 minute in an idle position if my energy is flowing in my Pingala Nadi, right? And the entire heat circulation in my body. Maharishi says 3 circulation, blood, heat, air, right? The blood circulation is related to Ida Nadi. Heat circulation is related to the Pingala Nadi. So the heat circulation and the quality of manliness, that manliness is nothing but the energy flowing in Pingala Nadi. And as I said, Pingala means shining, brightness. So if my wife says, please, can you get me tea? Tea is the best tea. If I make upma, best upma. Something like that, whatever I do. And you will be able to do that, okay? This you can observe it in small things. If you can't observe it, how good you are in your working, you ask your children. You know, my son used to ask me so many times when we change the dress. You know, for example, I have to get ready for center, so I remove my dhoti or whatever, and my son, he will remove the whatever you wear it. It will be there on the same bed, right? For me, even if so, my son used to ask me, Daddy, in 10 minutes we are going to go out and come back, and you are going to use that dhoti. Why you have to fold it and keep it there? It's a waste of time, waste of energy. I said, sorry. For me, I can't put it just like that. It has to be folded and keep it in that place. In 10 minutes, I come back and take it. Fine, no problem. So that is how, you know, this shining, brightness, whatever you do, it will be perfect. So if whatever I do, if it is perfect, that means energy is flowing very good in Pingala Nadi. Sometimes if it is over also, unwanted things also, they expect perfection. There are many people who get stressed because of expectation of perfection from others. That is a wrong flow, excess flow in Pingala Nadi. So make sure how we understand that. And activeness, as I said, activeness, energetic, agility, and as I said, sympathetic nervous system. So if a dog comes, I slowly get up. That means energy is not flowing in Pingala Nadi, only in Ida Nadi. And by the time dog will reach me and bite me, right? So to run immediately, Pingala Nadi should help. The sympathetic nervous system is responsible. And as I said, it is connected to the left brain. Left brain is connected to the logical, analytical. I have one more slide between left and right brain, so you will understand. And the people who, for them, the energy is flowing in a right way at Pingala Nadi, they are always clear on everything. You ask anything, means whatever they know, they are very clear. And they have done some research on it. And they have made it to bits and pieces. You know, suppose if you read a Maharishi poem, why Maharishi used this word? Why he used 8,000 years of yoga practice? Why not 6,000 years? Why not 8 years of yoga practice? This question will come in his mind and try to find answer it before he complete the first line. That is the amount of, in-depth interest the guys will have it if the energy is, it means if the Pingala Nadi is very active compared to Ida Nadi. And they are always like R&D department. They work in R&D. They are always into research, scientists. All those are symptoms of the Pingala Nadi, and they are very good in mathematics. They like mathematics, they love mathematics, and they are expert in mathematics. 6, precision. Suppose if somebody asks, what is your weight? 54.85. 54 kg, everybody will tell. But if precise means he will tell 54 kg, 850 gram, 54.85. So whatever they do, they know precisely. Okay, what is the, okay, how far it will take from your home to office? 12 minutes, 30 seconds. If you go in 60 speed. Or if you go around 6 o'clock, in 10 minutes, you can reach the place. How far is Alcor from Doha? 74.85 kilometer. Oh, is precise. So anything is, if somebody is precise, okay, that means Pingala Nadi is very active. And accuracy. Accuracy is, see, people maybe, whenever you call me, and I tell my time, okay, now time is 10:05. And then you know that whenever you call me, I tell the time 3 minutes late. Actual time is 10:08. I just purposely told you 10:05. That means my clock is going 3 minutes. You know, at my home, always my hall clock is 10 minutes ahead. Okay. If it is 8 o'clock, it will say 8 to 10. So it's a psychological push to get ready before the time, right? Whatever we plan. So accuracy means not only consistency, precise, but accurate. Accurate means time is 10:08, 10:08, not 5 minutes ahead or 3 minutes late. So accuracy is the error involved in it. Precision means consistency. You know how consistently this is happening. Okay. And if the energy is very high in my Pingala Nadi, give me 1 minute. Let me switch on the AC in the car. Sorry. Okay, if the energy is excess in the car, excess in the not in car, in the Pingala Nadi, people are short-tempered. They get angry for everything, and they are not able to be in a peaceful state, calm state. Always they are in a energized state, active state. There are many males I have seen. The wife will be afraid to ask anything because he immediately he will he will jump like a dog on them. So because energy is excessively flowing in Pingala Nadi, Ida Nadi is completely blocked, or very less flow is going just because the person has to be alive. For that, some energy has to go in Ida Nadi, and only that minimum threshold level of energy is going in Ida Nadi, but not with full of balanced quantity of flow. And they are always restlessness. They can't sit in one place if they can't do meditation. For sure, meditation is a terrible, painful practice for them, and they are always frustrated. They are always violent. They can't relax, and regular headache. They used to get regular headache, and they easily get addicted to things, and they are very vengeant. And they try to remember some things, and then they try to give back when time comes or when opportunity comes. All those symbols of excessive energy flowing in Pingala Nadi. As I said, they cannot be in peaceful situation. For this also dry skin is possible. For that also dry skin is possible. That is because of lack of moisture in the body, water in the body. Here, excessive temperature. See, Pingala Nadi is a temperature, sun. My body temperature is always high. My body is heat body. Then obviously skin is dry. Not because of lack of moisture. If temperature goes up, water comes down. If water goes up, temperature comes down. This is normal physics, right? So dry skin, but the reason is different. And the physical activity, always they are always engaged in some activity, and they always more hungry sometimes. Not sometimes. If it is above the normal flow, they get easily hungry, and they can have acidity problems in the stomach. Okay, and they will never accept their mistake at all, and hardly they do introspection. If the energy is very low or very high, both the categories, they will never introspect. And even if somebody tells him, they are not going to accept it. They are highly adamant in what they are telling. My dog has 3 legs, full stop. Even if you bring a dog, this is not a dog, he will tell. So that is kind of adamant attitude like that. Always showing interest. They love argument. Even if you tell how is the climate, he will argue for 1 hour about the climate. Just to ask a question, how is the climate? Cold or hot? That's it. But they can argue. They love argument. Anything you say, they will trigger it, and they will develop it, and it will go into a argument kind of stuff. So that is a function of right Nadi or Pingala Nadi, right? And as I said, the Ida Nadi is connected to the right brain, which is on the right side of the screen. The Pingala Nadi is connected to the left side of the brain, that is on the left side. So I have put it as ulta here for my easy explanation. So make sure you understand properly. Okay, planning and implementation, which we discussed. So if my left brain is very active, Pingala is active, they do planning very well. Pakka planning. You ask them to plan it, nobody can plan them like that. But if their right brain is not that good, implementation part very poor. They have to just plan it and give to somebody to execute it. Then they can be successful. If they do it, they will fail. And work-related profession, anything related to logical, mathematical, analytical, monotonous, all that comes to the Pingala Nadi. Whereas the right brain or the Edagala Nadi is connected to the creativity, imagination, art, poet, singing, music, dancing, all that comes in the Edagala. And they are always knowledge-based. If somebody is more active in Pingala, their energy is more in Pingala, for everything. If the boy comes from playing and fell down and comes with a wound here and the blood is coming, don't you have knowledge? Why you run fast? How many times I told you run fast? Whether if the energy is flowing in the Yedakalai, oh my God, you got blood, come, let's clean it first. That is the approach of Yedakala, emotional support. emotional based, whereas the other one is knowledge based. They always talk about solution. The Pingala, they talks about solution, not the problem. Okay, and they are accurate and precision. Whereas these people, intuition. You ask somebody how much time it will take for me to go from here to airport. He will calculate in the Google how much is a kilometer, what is what kind of traffic is possible. What's the time now? 10 o'clock. Traffic on Friday is less. Okay, you can he will do 2 minutes of calculation to tell you accurately how much time it will take. If you ask the person with whom the Yedagala is very active, intuitive will tell, sir, today 35 minutes you can reach airport, and it will be accurate. That is intuition, right? So intuitive power is so high for those. Yedagala is very strong. Awareness of consequence. Even if you want to, if I have to take one glass of water, I will think 10 times, should I take it? Whether the water is good, whether the person who gave me is with a good mind, he gave it, can I take it or not? He will think twice, thrice, 10 times, and then he will do. Whereas the other person is purely intuitive based, habit based. So not always emotion. If the person tells, my God, I love you so much, please take this samosa. Already the stomach is full. The left side will never take samosa even if you give 1 crore. Whereas this guy, Yadakala, if somebody comes and hugs and he will give drinks, he will take alcohol as well. If Yadakala is weak, doesn't get required energy, okay, and practical, they are down to earth person. Whereas this guy is possible theoretical, okay, not and not only theoretical, imagination, creativity, fear, worry, all those are inborn with Yadakala. If you take a teacher, for example, how to find, you see, we can analyze all the people through this energy flow. What a nice, our ancestors, we can't, my God, if we have even 1% of their knowledge, wisdom, my God, we can really live in a very blissful life very easily. Okay. Teachers, suppose if I take it, if I am the teacher and if I am taking a class, I will focus more on the theory. I will make sure that it is interactive. I ask questions. I put you for group discussion. I make you to think too much. These kind of qualities, if the energy is very good in Pingala. Whereas the other people, exercise, they don't explain much. They give very little importance to the theory. Straight away, come, raise the hand, take 4 breaths, and bring down the hand, take 2 breaths. Simple, straight to the exercise is the quality of Yedagala. Whereas this person, why I have to rise, why I have to take 4 breaths, and what I should do in that breath, whether what your mind should do, all that explanation, he is focused. Whereas real practical is focused by Yedagala. Okay, so the logical, theory, practical, interactive, all those are the qualities of Pingala. And if I am a student, for example, what the teacher says, I will simply follow. What Maharishi says, I will simply follow. Okay. But if the other quality of Pingala is doing research, asking why, all those are also the quality of Pingala. Okay. But he will follow. He will not change much, deviated from the rules. So in the center, he attended introspection, family peace was a lesson, and the masters explained that you have to appreciate your wife. You have to thank your wife. That is a way to, pass the positive magnetism. This person goes there and he appreciate, oh, the which curry is so good. She got so much of angry. Every day she made the curry, he didn't appreciate it. Today she brought the curry from her friend, and this fellow is appreciating. And this guy follows just thought, without thinking what is the current situation. Here, they discuss, and then only they do a lot of stuff before they follow it. And the following the same old concept as it is, here the creativity comes, right? So here they follow what it is taught. If you have Yadagalai also active, the creativity is added. Some new things are added there. So you present it in a very different way. The same veg curry, but now something added on top of it to look like a beautiful, delicious dish, that creativity. Advice from others, they take it, but here they change. Okay, these people. And Rajasic in character, very active, and here is Tamasic in character. And differential thinking, you have to create it. You have to differentiate, discriminate. And discrimination is a quality of Pingala, whereas Idakala is not combining, not the opposite way. Oneness all together. That is not the quality of Pingala or Idakala. Central Nadi, the quality is all one. Everything is one. Everything is manifestation of God. All are our family only. All are my brothers and sisters only. That can come only if the central Nadi is brightened up. Okay. Okay. So now we have seen Idagala, Pingala independently. Now, how can I equalize both? You have to find out where you are weak. In Idakala is more or Pingala is more. Where it is more, anger is a quality of Pingala. Worry, quality of Idakala. And too many thoughts, quality of Idakala. Too many desires, quality of Pingala. So you have to do those exercises, in a much more in-depth way so that you balance the energy and then you keep moving. So thoughts and emotions are very important, right? And negative thoughts, fear and imagination, it's a left nozzle. And okay, the battery is going to close down. So Anand, I will come online on the mobile if it closed down. Imaginary expectation, all these things you have to work on, because unless I work on to balance these things, one of the Nadi will be very active. Obstruction of desire, which is anger. Anger is a Pingala Nadi. Worry is a Yedagala Nadi. Imaginary expectation, Yedagala Nadi. And the easiest thing what Maharishi has given is who I am. Who am I? You ask that question, you live towards the oneness. Everything is a manifestation of God. You always think in that background concept, then you will be able to brighten up your central Nadi, right? And ego, it affects the balance. Ego is the single most powerful thing which can balance the energy flow in Idagalai and Pingalai. So whatever I say, am I uniting the people or am I differentiating them? If I differentiate it, ego is there. Oneness is missing. I have to think to unite everything, right? So that is a quality of oneness. And senses, material attraction, limit and method I need to follow, and detached attachment with respect to affection. Love is required, affection is bad. And seeing negative part is not at all good, and it activates your Pingala Nadi. You have to find the positive in everything. Contentment is required. That will balance the energy. In short, actually, the contentment will greatly help to balance the energy. And in this poem, Maharishi says, there are two things which are very important: divine thoughts, divine thinking, and duty. These are the two stuff we have to follow in our life. Always think everything is God and do your duty according to that. That will help us to balance the energy flow in both our nadis. So with this, I conclude.